Hello, welcome to another helpful video from Lisa's Law. We hope you're having a great day so far. Today's video is about the EU settlement scheme, which is a very important piece of the Brexit puzzle. Understanding Brexit can be tricky, but by the end of this video, you should have a better grasp on what it means for you and your loved ones. Brexit Day currently sits on the 31st of October 2019. The UK is due to leave the European Union at 11 p.m. UK time on this day. This is due to the result of the EU referendum vote, which took place back in June 2016. So, how will Brexit affect people who are originally from countries still in the European Union but are now living in the United Kingdom? This has been the question on many people's minds since the referendum results came in. First, there will be a withdrawal agreement, which acts as a kind of warm-up phase in which everyone who will be affected by Brexit in any way has a chance to get their affairs in order. This withdrawal phase will last up until December 31st, 2020, but could well be extended. If an EU citizen wants to remain in the UK after December 31st, 2020, they will have to apply for the right to do so through the EU settlement scheme. Applications have been going on since the end of 2018, but don't worry if you have yet to apply. The cut-off date for the EU settlement scheme is the 30th of June 2021. So, why should EU natives bother to apply to this scheme? What does it mean? Well, there are lots of important reasons. The main reason is that it will mean your residency in the UK is legal in the eyes of the Home Office. This means that you can rest easy to live and to work without worrying about possible deportation or detention. Public services like the NHS, schools, British funds and pension schemes will become available to you as well. It really goes a long way to securing your and your family's future. It can also lead to full British citizenship if you can meet all the later requirements. So, what are the basic requirements to apply to the EU settlement scheme? Well, you need to be an EU citizen or a non-EU family member of an EU citizen. You must not be a serious or persistent criminal or a threat to national security. And you need to be a resident in the UK by the 31st of December 2020. The status you get depends on how long you've been living in the UK when you apply, and your rights may be different depending on which status you get. A successful application will open many doors. The two types of status open to you: pre-settled and settled. Pre-settled status is for applicants who have not been living in the UK continuously for at least 5 years before applying. If by the cut-off date of 30th December 2020 you will have lived in the UK for over 5 years, you should wait until then to apply. This will allow you to get full status without going through pre-settled status first. If you still will not have been in the UK for 5 years by December 2020, it's fine. You will just have to stay in the UK until the 5-year is achieved and you will get full settled status. Full settled status applicants will have already lived for 5 years continuously before 30th December 2020. To be clear, 5 years continuously means that the UK has been your main place of residence for those 5 years. You must have been in either the UK, the Channel Islands, or the Isle of Man, and you can't have left for more than 6 months out of 1 year. There are some exceptions to this rule, such as one period of up to 12 months for an important reason, such as childbirth, serious illness, studying or vocational training, or an overseas work posting. Also, compulsory military service of any length, time you have spent abroad as a Crown servant or as a family member of a Crown servant, time you spent abroad in the armed forces or as a family member of someone in the armed forces. You can stay in the UK as long as you like if you get settled status. You'll be able to apply for British citizenship if you're eligible. The rights that come with both settled and pre-settled status are where the main appeal lies. The fact that you can work in the UK use the NHS, enrol or continue with studies, apply for benefits, or pay into a pension scheme. So, what do you need when applying for the EU settlement scheme? The application can all be done online, on a computer or tablet, and you will be able to save your progress as you go. Help will be available over the phone should you need it. The form will ask for basic information such as names, addresses, and reference numbers like from your passport, national identity card, or national insurance card. Make sure that you have these to hand before you begin. You will scan your passport or photo ID to verify your identity. If you prefer, you can send these documents by post instead. You will confirm your residence in the UK by providing your national insurance number if you have one. Alternatively, other documentation may be provided, such as a bank statement with your current address included. It is important to be honest during the criminality check, declaring all criminal convictions should you have any. If you are successful in your application, you will be notified of your new status through the online service. You'll be pleased to know that applying is completely free. If you paid a fee for any reason when applying to the EU settlement scheme, your payment will be refunded automatically to the card you used when paying. It can take up to 10 days to reach your account. Applying for British citizenship. Anyone who holds an EU permanent residence document is able to stay in the UK indefinitely. However, you must remember that if you're not looking to apply for British citizenship, you will still need to apply to the EU settlement scheme to continue living in the UK. This is because your permanent residence document will not be valid after the 31st of December 2020. You can usually apply for British citizenship 12 months or more after the date on your permanent residence document. If you're married to or in a civil partnership with a British citizen, you can apply for citizenship as soon as you've got a permanent residence document. The same will apply to those who have settled status under the EU settlement scheme. We hope you have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more informative productions from your friends at Lisa's Law. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, WeChat and Weibo. We post daily content, so give us a follow. More information can be found at our website, www.lisaslaw.co.uk. Thank you.